Pisces, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your weekly pick a card reading where we're talking all about your monthly theme of the Two of Wands. So that is going to be charging forward in a brand new way of life on a path that you've never been before, nor has anybody. You're the first. And Faraway Places is your weekly energy. So that's going to be talking about changes in routine and the ability to change certain parts of your life by seeing things in a new perspective through new eyes and opening up to new possibilities. And so I am using the Butterfly Oracle and the Chinese Tarot deck. I'm using this is stack 1, stack 2, stack 3. They're timestamped below, so you can skip to the one or more than one that you feel is calling to you. And this is just general, so if none of these apply to you or resonate with you, that's cool because I have private readings available through email, and my Etsy page is linked below, so you can check those out. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm almost to 50 subscribers, which is very exciting, and I'm very grateful to all of you for being here. And when I hit 50, I'm going to do a big gratitude reading for everybody with several pick-a-cards and several, different readings. A big one, like an extravaganza. Okay, stack 1, you have the Ten of Cups and the Knight of Cups, End of an Era. Okay, so whatever changes are happening right now, they're going to change life as you know it from here on out. There's no going back to normal. There's going to be a new normal after this. And so where Faraway Places initially in the guidebook for this card, it talks about the initial connotation may be tour and travel and exploration. It's gone now to that you've decided that you're going to move there. It's something more permanent. And so, which sounds scary at first, but you see all this red here. And so this is going to be a call talking about your root chakra, and that's going to be your foundation, your home, and your family. And so this is going to be talking about a new level, a new way of home life for you. It's like I'm hearing that you aren't going to relate to your family or your loved ones or your home life in the same way after this. They're potentially going to get more from you moving forward. It's like what the big thing here is like there's this realization that what was normal wasn't working and it wasn't balanced, and that you're not so well, it's the initial hearing that things aren't going to go back to normal and that you're going to have a new normal can be scary. But the key point here, and I think to hold on to here, is that once you go through this change, you're not going to want to go back to normal. You're going to realize that this new way is better, and that the normal that you were hoping at first you would go back to wasn't working, and that this is an opportunity in disguise. Stack 2. You have the Ace of Coins in reverse, Seven of Cups in reverse, and dietary change. All right. So I am going to talk about food, but dietary change, while it does talk about food, also talks about media. It talks about anything you feed yourself. So what you're feeding any of your senses, what you're feeding your mind, and what you're feeding your soul. So you can apply what I'm saying to food to any of those things, but that's where I'm going to take this for this general reading. And so this dietary changes with Faraway Places does remind me about the thing. Have you heard that if you're trying to quit smoking, it's a good idea to try to do it while you're on vacation because habits like smoking can be tied to your routine. And so if your routine is broken and your environment is different, it's easier to make changes like that because it's not rooted in routine anymore. And that's broken up. So it kind of releases that. It creates a space for that thing to change as well, if that makes any sense. So because your routine is disrupted at this time, it's easier to remove aspects that weren't working. So while you are experiencing or chasing your routine, you might not be going to the office and being tempted by vending machines or being so rushed around that all you have time to do is to go get fast food and be confronted with unhealthy food choices or people that tempt you, or just not having time to take care of yourself. Or maybe it might not be that you're eating the wrong things, but you don't have time to eat enough. Or you might not be getting enough of what it is that you need. So whether it's too much or too little or not enough, take whatever that means for you, but it just feels like your routine wasn't allowing for this healthy way that you needed. And so now it's like you can experiment with what feels better to you. You can try things that you've always wanted to try, or try your hand at dishes that you never had time to make, or not only in the decisions that you make of what to consume, but because you have changes in routine, you're able to slow down enough to tap in and hear how your body responds to those things. So it may be one thing to force these changes upon yourself while you're busy, but in that normal routine, you may still be too busy to know whether or not you're responding positively, or to know if it's doing you any good or not, or to know that if it's making it worse. If you are participating or following a really rigid diet that everyone says is so great, I'm losing so much weight or whatever, and it fixed my complexion or whatever, but you are still maintaining your routine, and so you might not even be realizing that your indigestion is actually worse because of it, or it's throwing off an imbalance in another way, and so you don't even know if it's working, if the cumulative or aggregate response is positive or not. And so you get to use this time to see how your body is responding to things and calibrate and figure out what's going to work and what isn't. And I feel like this is something you've been wanting to do for a really long time, maybe even fantasizing about. I'm seeing this guy here kind of dreaming about food and creating dishes and imagining what it would be like and how that would taste and what that would feel like, and what if I did this, or what if I tried that. And so you haven't had an opportunity until now. So there you go. Stack 3, you have the Page of Cups, 2 of Coins in reverse, new career. Yeah, okay. I just saw the unemployment numbers on the news, and so this is not a surprise that this would come up right now. And with the 2 of Coins in reverse, it does feel as though you've likely recently lost a source of income, and that can be causing some stress. And so this does not, on the onset, on the surface, on its face, feel like an opportunity, but it is in disguise. Hopefully, it'll be temporary, and there's help and all those things that you've been watching the news. You know that we have some help on the way and whatnot. Good luck getting through on the unemployment line. But anyways, it doesn't feel like an opportunity. There is stress and it is a pain. So they are asking you to turn your mind from that aspect of it and realize that it's not all bad, because with this 2 of Wands, you are on a new trajectory. This does suggest a change of direction. And so, like faraway places, 2 of Wands, they're talking about a drastically different way of life than you've been living before. And so to point you in the right direction is this Page of Cups showing up here. And that's going to be tapping into the side of you that is curious about a heart-centered life. Curious about awakening to new spiritual ideas and exploring employment or work that is more meaningful to you and moving in a more heart-centered direction. It's a chance to reevaluate what matters, reevaluate what success means to you, reevaluate what work-life balance means to you, reevaluate who you want to be, how you want to be seen, what you want to receive in return, who do you want to help, what emotions do you want to feel from your work, not just what you want to get paid, not just what hours you want to work, but how you want to perceive yourself. And so this is a chance to not, I think there's this initial, we all kind of want things to go back to the way they were. And for so many people, the way things wasn't working. And it's not until you're forced to slow down like this that you can see that. And so you're having an opportunity to look at what wasn't working and what you can do differently. And when I talk about heart-centered work, I think people immediately, like with this Page of Cups talking about like a spiritual discovery or spiritual awakening, that it has to mean something woo-woo like tarot or like Reiki or something that's spiritual in nature. It just means something that is more in tune with who you are and your integrity and your values. And that can be lots of different things. In my case, it's warehouse work, which doesn't sound in any way like it helps people or is spiritual in nature, and it isn't, but it is something that allows me to show up fully. I don't have to show up as someone that I'm not. I don't have to leave aspects of myself at home. Like when I worked in an office, I had to dress a certain way and I had to, behave or show up a certain way. That's my value. The value to me is not having to show up inauthentically. So it's not that the work is charitable or changing the world in any way, but it is alignment with my values of showing up authentically. So if you feel like I'm saying everyone should get a spiritual career, that's not what I'm saying. This is a chance to evaluate what's important to you and to not go back to the old way if that wasn't working for you. Okay, Pisces, I'll talk to you in a week. Thank you.